Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gubin. Here are the stories that we're following today, September 13, 2013. In Guyana, Tocqueville shooting, resident of Suriname remanded for DJ Chady's murder. In Trinidad and Tobago, opposition leader responds to the budget. In Jamaica, blame the parents. Charles Freeman says guardians are responsible for violence in the schools. And also in Trinidad and Tobago, primary school student of 14 faces kidnapping and robbery charges. Details on these headlines and more when we return. Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gubin. This segment of the news is sponsored by TravelSpan Vacations. In Guyana, clad in a stained surgery gown, Omar Williams, 33 of Paramaribo, Suriname, was brought before Chief Magistrate Priya Bihari yesterday at the Georgetown Magistrate Court, where a murder charge was read to him. The court heard that on September 9th at Turning Point, Tocqueville, the defendant murdered 37-year-old Sheldon Chady of Jackson Street, Tocqueville. Williams was not required to plead to the indictable offense. Court documents reveal that on a day mentioned in the charge, Chady was sitting with his friends at Turning Point when the defendant came up to him and discharged several rounds. The accused, who tried to escape, was chased by several public-spirited citizens. During the pursuit, Williams fired several rounds at the said residence, but no one was injured. Chady was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. While investigations are expected to be completed within the next 3 weeks, bail for the unrepresented defendant was refused, and he's expected to return to court on October 18 for report and fixture. In TNT, opposition leader Dr. Keith Rowley will give the People's National Movement's official response to the 2013 to 2014 national budget today when Parliament resumes. On Monday, Finance Minister Larry Huwai spent 2 hours delivering the $61.3 billion budget, as is customary. Rowley is expected to utilize the same length of time as it took for Huwai to give his budget presentation. Leader of Government Business, Dr. Rudal Munilal, is expected to follow the debate after the opposition leader's response. The debate is expected to continue until late tonight. It will resume after that on Monday. Tonight, the PNM will hold a public meeting in keeping with tradition of the opposition leader's response in Parliament. The meeting will be hosted at Pigott Corner in Belmont. In Jamaica, with at least 2 videos of gruesome murders involving school children being posted online since this year and several other incidents of school violence being reported, 2 stakeholder groups are blaming the society for the rampant brutality in schools. Executive Director of the National Parenting Support Commission, Patrice Charles Freeman, said most of the blame must be placed at the parents' feet. She said parents cannot continue to solve their problems with violence and riots and expect children to do otherwise. And I quote, "Parents need to lead by example because our children are having issues with conflict resolution. And the children are not using their fists anymore, they are using knives and guns," Charles Freeman said. She added, "We need to teach children to talk it out. Teaching children civil disobedience is not the example we want to set." President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Dr. Mark Neasley, supported this point. He said the issue of school violence extends beyond school gates and is part of a wider societal issue. In most instances, it's coming from society and the home, and the school is a reflection of the wider society. So while we can treat the issues in the school, the wider community has to be fixed, Neasley posted. Both Charles Freeman and Neasley agree that the school's role in minimizing violence is helping students to overcome some of the psychological problems that lead them to violence. He says parents are sometimes oblivious to what is going on in their children's lives, so parents and teachers need to have greater levels of dialogue with their children and get to understand what's happening and be proactive than reactive. In the meantime, the Community Safety and Security Branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force said it is making strides in putting a dent in school violence through its Safe Schools program. The force says since the program's inception in 2004, some 153 schools, mostly at the secondary level, are being monitored, and some 150 new school resource officers have been recently trained. They are expected to start working closely with the deans of discipline in institutions across the island. Also in Trinidad and Tobago, a 14-year-old primary school student has been charged with kidnapping and robbery along with 3 other men. While the boy, represented by Jason Jackson, pleaded not guilty to the charges, the 3 accused adults pleaded guilty. The child's identity could not be released. However, the 3 men have been identified as Christian Velasco, Steve Bagan, and Steve Villalva. According to prosecutor Clegon Sedan, the accused approached Xavier Thompson and Karima Ali on September 5th at Elizabeth Street, Vista Bella, in the vicinity of Classic Seamen Restaurant and Bar. They stole a $5,000 iPhone, a $4,000 gold band belonging to Thompson, and $500 cash from Miss Ali. They then forced Thompson to get into his vehicle, drive to the nearest ATM, and withdraw $2,500. The group was apprehended hours later when police officers stopped a gray Nissan B13 at First Street, Harmony Hall, Gasparillo. Thompson was able to identify Bagan and Villalva as 2 of his assailants, and they were taken into custody. On September 6, Velasco was identified in an identification parade at the Marabella police station. The 14-year-old was remanded to the youth training facility in Arouca, while the 3 remaining men each received a prison sentence of 2 years. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with 0 out of pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with 0 out of pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.